Hey everybody, Carissa Wright, broker at Coastal Legacy Realty Group here in the South Bay in Palos Verdes, and I want to talk to you about getting your house prepped and ready to sell. So what do you actually need to do as a homeowner who wants to sell their house? And what I want to tell you is the thing that you need to keep in mind is that when we're getting your house prepped and ready to sell, the goal is for a buyer, any buyer who walks through the front door, to be able to envision themselves living in your home. Yes. Start with the interior of the house. The first thing that I always recommend is to bring a stager in. This is hands down my number one thing. I always say no matter what. And why? Why do I do this? Well, a stager is an expert. They are an expert in their field. They are an expert at providing feedback to you and to me as your agent as to how to get your house in the best light for a buyer to envision themselves living in your home. And 80% of homeowners actually say that they knew that this was the house for them the moment they walked through the door. So making sure that we have everything right is extremely crucial, and it is totally worth the investment for the stager. Now, I offer my clients a complimentary home evaluation by the stager for the appointment because I really believe in their services and their abilities. Now, what the stager is going to do is they're going to take a look around your house and they are going to let us know what furniture should stay, what should go, should we declutter, what art needs to be changed, what family photos to be reduced. So again, to allow buyers to imagine themselves living in their house. So sometimes they're going to say, keep the furniture, change it, blah, blah, blah. But they will provide an outline and a recommendation, and then we are able to review that recommendation and decide what we want to do based off of that. So personal family photos, items like that really make the home very custom to you and your family, we're going to want to reduce those things, and just really allow for the buyer to see themselves living in the house. Second thing we're going to do is declutter. We're going to come up with a plan of action to make your house as simple, as clean, as fresh as possible. So if you're working with me, one of the benefits, I mean, there's a lot of benefits, but one of the benefits is I like to take all of the work of getting your house prepped and ready for sale off of your shoulders. I want you to go live your life, work your job, spend time with your kids, do your thing, let me handle it. This is my job. So I have a team of professionals who I work with to help you get the house ready. So declutter. We need someone to come in and remove, extra things, put it into boxes. You can store it in your garage. You can rent a storage unit, but we want the house to be simple. The third thing sometimes I recommend is getting the house painted on the inside. Again, very low expense. When you look at the return on investment, you will see if you haven't painted the inside of your home in a few years, you would be shocked to see what a fresh coat of paint can actually do and the difference that it makes. Again, we want to reduce any like crazy colors that are happening in the house, anything that doesn't go with the vibe of the home or the neighborhood. Don't get me wrong, wallpaper is amazing. So sometimes there are very cool, different things that work with the house, but sometimes it's not neutral enough to allow a buyer to see themselves. And I don't ever want my clients to take it personally. We're looking for the end goal, which is to sell your house for the most amount of money possible. The fourth thing is if you have carpets in your house, we are going to want to evaluate what to do with these carpets. Do we want to have them shampooed and cleaned because they're in pretty good shape? There's no major stains and just freshen them. Do we want to pay to have all new carpets put in because they stink maybe, especially if you have animals? It happens and we don't even notice it, but we want the house to smell fresh, look fresh. So maybe new carpets is the way we go. Or if the carpets are just starting to crumple or loosen up a little bit, sometimes I'll bring a stretcher in and he'll come in and stretch the carpets out so that it lays nice and smooth and flat again. So a few options for carpeting and they go a long way. The fifth thing for the interior is we need to evaluate the lighting. You would be shocked how many houses I walk into for sale and there are light bulbs that are out. Hello? No, we need all the light bulbs in the house to be working and we want them to be the same color. We don't want orange hue in this room and white hue in here or three in a row and they're all different colors. No, we need the light bulbs to all match. It really plays a huge role in making the house presentable, feel light and bright the way we want it to get it sold. Another fun thing that we can do is if you have a really old light fixture, sometimes putting in a new light fixture is a relatively low expense that goes a long way. And the last and final thing to get your house prepped on the interior is to remove all personal or highly valuable belongings. So you're going to want to put them into like a safety box somewhere, or just out of the house, anywhere that you can lock them up and make sure they're safe. If I'm your agent, there are not going to be times when buyers are alone in your home. However, I always encourage my clients to err on the side of caution. There's a lot of crazy shit that happens out there. Let's be honest, you guys. All right, now let's move on to the exterior of the house, which is extremely important, possibly even more important than the interior. Now, a study found that you have 7 seconds to make a good first impression. So you need to make those 7 seconds count. And we are going to start on the outside, right? When you're walking in. So the first thing I always tell my clients is let's get some fresh landscaping in. So let's put some new flowers in. Let's make sure the grass is green. If it's brown and there's no salvaging it, I might even recommend we put some fresh sod in. But walking up to the house, fresh flowers, fresh green grass, oh my God, it goes a really long way. The second thing is you want to make sure the sidewalks and the driveway, anything leading up to the house is clean. It looks neat. There's no stains in the driveway. It doesn't look gunky. You want it to look really fresh and clean. I know I keep saying fresh and clean, but you want the house to look fresh and clean. Third thing is the exterior of the actual house itself. You want it to be clean and presentable. That might mean new paint, most likely not, because sometimes that's a big project. But if you've got a house that doesn't match the other houses on the street, I am definitely going to recommend that we get that house painted, because you want your house to fit into the neighborhood. And you don't want any chips or cracks in the paint. You want it to look clean and fresh again. Um, the fourth thing, and this is a very small expense, but it goes a long, long way, is we got to clean those windows. I have experts, I have people, they're going to come in, they're going to do this for you. This is one of the benefits of working with me is I have all of these people on lockdown ready to go for you, but we have to have the windows clean. You would be shocked at what a huge difference it makes to have clean windows, no watermarks, no dust, no dirt. It looks amazing. And the last thing, and this is kind of optional, sometimes clients will maybe add a coat of paint to the front door, maybe something to make it pop a little bit. People, oftentimes it looks really cute depending on the style of the house. So just another little fun thing that we can do to really make your house stand out in the marketing. These are my main tips and tricks for getting your house prepped and ready to sell. And one of the benefits, I mean, there's a lot of benefits to working with me, but something I actually offer is I have a program that I partner with. And if you don't have the cash up front to pay for these services, we're actually able to use this company to help us to get the house prepped. And then the money comes out of escrow at the close of escrow. So it's a really great option for anybody who, you're a little bit tight on cash. You need everything that you have right now. So again, it's something I love to offer for my clients so that we can make sure we are presenting your house in the absolute best light possible. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and my contact info is below. Feel free to reach out, text me, call me, go to my website. Always happy to be a resource and answer any real estate related questions you have. And again, thank you so much for checking out my video.